मृत्योर्मुक्षीजमामृता स्वाहा ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीजमामृता स्वाहा ओम ज्ञानाम्बिकायै विद्महे महातपायै धीमहि तन्नो गौरी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णु प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम महादेव्यै च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्योर्मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा ओम उग्रं वीरं महाविष्णुं ज्वलन्तं सर्वतोमुखं नृसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं नमाम्यहं स्वाहा ओम वज्रनखाय विद्महे तीक्ष्णधनुष्ट्राय धीमहि तन्नो नारसिंह प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम ब्रह्मा मुरारे त्रिपुरान्तकारी भानुस्ससी भूमिसुतो बुधश्च गुरुश्च शुक्रः शनिराहुकेतवः सर्वे गृहाः शान्तिकरा भवन्तु स्वाहा ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा ओम भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात् स्वाहा सुकृति संयोज्य शोभनार्थे क्षेमाय पुनरागमनाय च ओम यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मान्तरकृतानि च तानि तानि विनश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणपदे पदे अन्यदाचरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष यज्ञ परमेश्वराय नमो नमः यज्ञनारायणाय नमः यज्ञेश्वर्यै नमो नमः।
श्री राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद 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 जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद 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 जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय गोविंद गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय राधे 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 राधे
राधे राधे राधे
राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधे राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद 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 जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय। राधे श्याम राधे श्याम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम तुमको पूजे शुभ हो शाम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम विष्णु अवतारी हे घन श्याम विष्णु अवतारी हे घन श्याम विष्णु अवतारी हे घन श्याम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम त्रेता में आए बन कर राम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम त्रेता में आए बन कर राम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम देवकी नंदन कान्हा श्याम देवकी नंदन कान्हा श्याम राधे श्याम राधे श्याम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम हे मनमोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम गोप गोपियों मन मोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम। राधे श्याम राधे श्याम, हे मन मोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम। हे मन मोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम। राधे राधे श्याम राधे राधे श्याम, हे मन मोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम। राधे 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 राधे। विघ्न हरण है थारो नाम, हे मन मोहन तुम्हें प्रणाम। राधे श्याम राधे श्याम, हे मन मोहन। गोवर्धन गिरधारी श्याम, राधारमण है प्यारो नाम। राधे 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 राधे, जय जय श्री राधे श्याम।
उमापति महादेव की जय। ऐसी सुबह न आए न ऐसी शाम, ऐसी सुबह न आए न ऐसी शाम। जिस दिन जुबां पे मेरी, जिस दिन जुबां पे मेरी आए नसीब का नाम, ऐसी सुबह न आए न ऐसी शाम हो। ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। तेरी खोज में ना जाने कितने युग मेरे बीते, अंत में काम क्रोध मद हारे हैं भोले तुम जीते। तेरी खोज में ना जाने कितने युग मेरे बीते, अंत में काम क्रोध मद हारे हैं भोले तुम जीते। मुक्त किया तूने प्रभु मुझको, मुक्त किया तूने प्रभु मुझको, सत सत है प्रणाम। ऐसी सुबह न आए न ऐसी शाम। जिस दिन जुबां पे मेरी, जिस दिन जुबां पे मेरी आए नसीब का नाम, ऐसी सुबह न आए न ऐसी शाम हो। ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। ओम नमः शिवाय ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। सर्व कला संपन्न तुम्ही हो हे मेरे परमेश्वर, दर्शन देकर धन्य करो अब हे त्रिनेत्र महेश्वर। सर्व कला संपन्न तुम्ही हो हे मेरे परमेश्वर, दर्शन देकर धन्य करो अब हे त्रिनेत्र महेश्वर। भवसागर से तर जाऊंगा भवसागर से तर जाऊंगा लेके तुम्हारा नाम। ऐसी सुबह न आए, आए न ऐसी शाम, जिस दिन जुबां पे मेरी, जिस दिन जुबां पे मेरी आए नसीब का नाम। ऐसी सुबह न आए, आए न ऐसी शाम हो। ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय, हरि ओम नमः शिवाय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
We welcome you this morning to our broadcast. It's Canada Day was celebrated a few days ago, and on Friday, which is Canada Day, we prayed for Canada and for what Canada has done for all of us who are immigrants here. Some of us are recent immigrants. Some of us are immigrants a few hundred years ago, but we are all immigrants. The only people who are native to the place are the natives. They are the only ones. So we pray and ask that Canada be always be good, and of course for the whole world. I would just like to remind you that COVID is still very much around. We cannot let our guards down. You just have to speak to people who have been vaccinated 4 times. And when they get COVID, ask them how they feel. Then you will know the dangers that surround us with COVID. We now ask you to join with us as we try to communicate with the Lord. Asangoham, 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 Puja, Puja.
Asangoham, 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 punah punah.
Let the tunes of the violin take you far away from here. To that place where there is peace, where there is joy, where there is happiness, where there is no bickering. Asangoham, 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 Puja, Puja.
Asangoham, 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 punah punah.
Satchidanandarupoham,
Satchidananda Rupoham,
ahameva hamavyaya.
Ahameva Hamavyaya.
Let me be alone, O Lord. Let me enjoy my loneliness, and in my loneliness, let me connect to you. Guru, Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru hai Pura Prakash.
Guru hai Purna Prakash.
Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru hai Pura Prakash.
Guru hai Purna Prakash.
गुरु के चरणों में मिलता है, गुरु के
चरणों में मिलता है
तन मन को उल्लास।
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश।
न धर्मनिष्ठोऽस्मि न चात्मवेदी, न भक्तिमान् त्वच्चरणारविन्दे। अकिञ्च अनन्य गतिः शरण्य त्वत्पादमूलम् शरणं प्रपद्ये।
चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण
Let's use these quiet moments with the music. Communicate to the Lord. And we say to him now, Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu.
सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु।
May all be healthy. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu.
सर्वेषां
भवतु
सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु
सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु
सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु
गुरु सूर्य है चंद्र गुरु है
गुरु सूर्य है चंद्र गुरु है
गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश
गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश
This is what is prayer. Prayer is when through the music our minds can be at peace and we can communicate with the Lord. मन लगा करके भगवान से ध्यान करना, ये प्रार्थना है. शाताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिहृदय ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णु भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्
गुरु सूर्य है चंद्र गुरु है गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश
गुरु सूर्य है चंद्र गुरु है
गुरु सूर्य है चंद्र गुरु है
गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश
गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश
Today I would like to speak on what is known as Sakshi Bhav. Sakshi, Sanskrit word, means witness. How we can become a witness to ourselves. And if you become a witness in this world, you are the happiest person. What is to become a witness? When you go to court, you are given a holy book, Bible, Gita, whatever, to swear, to say that I will speak the truth and nothing but the truth. Is that true?
Correct.
But only the person who has committed the crime knows the truth. Right? He's the one. All the rest who give witness, their witness can all be twisted, and that is why they have lawyers to do cross-examination. In Sakshi Bhav, when you want to become a witness for yourself, you are the only one who is the object and the subject. You got it? Mm-hmm. In other words, your inside must be sannyas. And I'll tell you what, you all know what sannyas is, but I'll explain that again. मन के अंदर संन्यास होना चाहिए. Your inside of you should be sannyas, and outside of you should be sansar. When the sannyas, which is your inner mind, can observe your interaction with the sansar and all the various permutations of the results that you get from reacting with the sansar, either with your children, with your friends, with your home, with your job, with so many things, traffic police, this, that, whatever. If your inner self can be a witness to this, when you become a witness to this, then whatever happened in the sansar means the outer world, whatever happens in the outer world should, S-H-O-U-L-D, should have no effect upon you. All right. Let us say we can be that Sakshi 100%. Because if we are 100% Sakshi, then we become like the great saints like Ramana Maharshi and all those great. And I will give you a reference to it just now. If we can be 100% like that, then if we can be, let us say we can start with 5%. Let's start with 5% of being a Sakshi. 5%. And when how you start? Someone say, oh, she's no good. And someone come and tell you that so-and-so said to me that you're no good. And immediately you get annoyed. When you see, you start not to get annoyed at these little things. You got to start with the little things. You cannot start with the big things. You got to start, because we are born in this world and we never do it. So now if we start, let us start with the little things. And when we start with the little things, then slowly, people speak ill about me. Oh, forget about it. I am a witness. Where am I? I'm inside this enclosure, and they can't hurt me. But if you start to get annoyed, your nose start to twitch, and you start to get red, and your cheeks all get worked up, then you are not a Sakshi Bhav. If you want to be happy in this world, Sakshi Bhav, become a witness, You what you say when the person said that you are no good, etc., etc., you are the witness. And what you say? Forgive him, for he knows or she knows not what they do. That's a Sakshi Bhav. People who are Sakshi Bhav people, they have such positivity in their lives. Such positivity. There is nothing negative about them. You undertake a project, whatever, I'm talking about your house. Forget about, I'm not talking about public project. In your house, you want to go and do your garden outside, for example, and someone say, oh, we should do garden today because there's so many weeds coming up. You what? Positive, simple thing, positive thoughts. We must have positive thoughts. And how we can have positive thoughts is when we can keep our angan
Clean.
we can keep our angan clean. Angan means our home or terrace or patio. We keep it clean. हमें आंगन नहीं बुहारा, हमने आंगन नहीं बुहारा, तुमने आंगन नहीं बुहारा, कैसे आएंगे भगवान, कैसे आएंगे भगवान।
तूने आंगन नहीं उबारा, तूने आंगन नहीं उबारा, कैसे आएंगे भगवान, कैसे आएंगे भगवान।
चल 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 मन को नहीं संवारा, चल चल मन को नहीं संवारा, कैसे आएंगे भगवान, कैसे आएंगे भगवान।
वो चंचल मन को नहीं संवारा, चंचल मन को नहीं संवारा, कैसे आएंगे भगवान, कैसे आएंगे भगवान।
चंचल मन को न संवारा. To get to the Sakshi Bhav, the most important part of us that has to be under control is our mind. So the bhajan is saying, Chanchal man ko nahi sahara. Our mind is so agitated, so easily perturbed, that we cannot get that Sakshi Bhav. Can't come. Chanchal man ko nahi sahara.
चंचल मन को नहीं संभाला,
कैसे आएंगे भगवान,
कैसे आएंगे भगवान।
हर कोने कर्मत कषाय की लगी हुई है ढेरी,
ओ लगी हुई है तेरी,
नहीं ज्ञान की किरण की भी हर को धीर अंधेरी, नहीं ज्ञान की किरण नहीं भी हर कथारी धेरी। आंगन चौबार अंधियारा, आंगन चौबार अंधियारा, कैसे आएंगे भगवान,
कैसे आएंगे भगवान, कैसे आएंगे भगवान, कैसे आएंगे भगवान।
Every corner of your mind you have to clean. Every corner. This person irritates me, forget about that person. That person irritates me, forget about that person. There are persons who irritate you in this life. What you do? You park them in a corner. You park them in a corner and you do not listen to them. Otherwise the mind becomes agitated. You have to learn to park things away. हर कोने कलमत कषाय की लगी हुई है ढेरी,
लगी हुई है तेरी,
नहीं ज्ञान चांद की किरण कहीं भी हर कातर अंधेरी आंगन चौबारा दिहारा आंगन चौबारा दिहारा कैसे आएंगे भगवान
कैसे आएंगे भगवान कैसे आएंगे भगवान कैसे आएंगे भगवान
आएंगे भगवान कैसे आएंगे भगवान
कैसे आएंगे
हृदय तुम्हारा पिघल न पाया जब देखा दुखियारा
हृदय तुम्हारा पिघल न पाया
जब देखा दुखियारा किसी पंच भूले ने हमसे पाया नहीं सहारा
पाया नहीं सहारा
सूखी है करुणा की धारा सूखी है करुणा की धारा कैसे
आएंगे भगवान कैसे आएंगे भगवान ओ कैसे आएंगे भगवान कैसे आएंगे भगवान
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
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 So, obtain this Sakshi Bhav, you have to surrender your mind. Surrender your mind. In what way? Surrender your mind to say what? He is not, she is not, they are not going to disturb me and make me angry, make me upset, all these things. And to do this, you have to have the grace of Bhagwan. You can't do it by yourself. You cannot do it by yourself. His grace has to come to you. And talking about grace, how grace come to us? You know, there are 24 hours in the day. Right? According to the Shastras, 10% of the day should be reserved for prayer and meditation. That is why Yogi says, get up at? Get up at? 4 o'clock in the morning. So for 4 to 6. Then the rishis went further. And they said that Kali Yuga is difficult. Instead of 2 hours, give me 1 hour. In that hour, you see, how to get His grace? Because in the 7th Askan or canto of Srimad Bhagavat Puran, in the 5th chapter, in the 23rd verse, there is this beautiful shlok which will tell you how to get to His grace. And it says, Smaranam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Bandhanam Dasyam Sakhya Atma Videditam Sakhya Atma Niveditam Shravanam. Listen. One of the most important of these 9 parts of devotion, the most important part is Smaranam. Smaranam. What Smarana means? What Smarana means? Remembering. Every time, remember His. You look at the flowers, you see the flowers bloom, you say, what a beautiful flower. Then you want to say, God is smiling through the flowers, isn't it? Come, 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 come. Look at God smiling. Where is God? Look at the flower. He's smiling. When you become like that, आदमी बोलेंगे वो पागल हो गया. People will say, oh, he's crazy. He is calling me to tell me God is smiling through the flowers because they don't have that bhav. And because they don't have that bhavna, they can't see God smiling through the flowers. But you, smaranam, you look at the sunshine, especially in the mornings now, beautiful sunrises, the golden sunrise. You look and say, look, Bhagavan, what you have given us, look what beauty you have given us. This smaranam is the most important part of devotion. Smaranam. You go, the traffic jam on the road, if 401 or wherever you go. Instead of becoming angry, and if you think you're late for an appointment, and you think that you lose the appointment and you think that's the last thing that you want in your life, there are many more appointments will come and many more appointments that you will what? Miss. But the time spent in remembering his name will never be lost. So smaranam is most important. And how you do smaranam? You go to a murti shop where they sell murti. You see all these, or go to a gift shop. All those murtis are there. Oh, that's nice murti here, nice murti there. But when that murti is either in your puja room or in the temple, to you, that murti is Bhagwan. So what is this smaranam? What you do, you take the imagery of the murti in the temple, and this word is called Rupa Dhyanam. Rupa Dhyanam. Rup means you take the murti from the temple, you put it in your heart as Krishna. And what else? There's Rupa Dhyanam. And you don't get bored with that. You get that Krishna in your heart and you're remembering how he used to steal the butter from the gopis and how he used to dance ras and how he lifted Mount Govardhan and how he used to play with all the little children. And all that you remember. That is called Rupa Dhyanam. This is the importance, by the way, of Murti Puja. You take the murti from the temple and you put it where? In your heart, and let it dance in your heart. And that will create that positivity in your heart. It'll make your mind strong. Instead of your mind going hither and thither, because our mind goes all over the place. All over the place. But if you put your mind in Rupa Dhyanam, and you do Smaranam, then the Sakshi Bhav will develop within you. And when people or whatever circumstances come to you, fall away, you broke a leg, you break your mouth, whatever the case may be, it is all because he's doing it. Doesn't matter. Sakshi, I am the witness. Difficult? You think you can tell this to someone who is young and who is very sick and who is, let us say, dying from a disease entity? You think you could go and tell him that? You know what he will say? You are a very cruel person. Yeah. So your Sakshi Bhav has to develop within yourself, and you can tell people around you, children, etc., this is how it is. Don't wait. My point is this. You don't wait until the calamity comes And they go, oh, Sakshi Bhav. Can't work. You can't wait until the calamity comes. You have to do it before the calamity comes. And you know how you get this Smaranam and Rupa Dhyanam? By listening. Lord Shiva, who knows everything. He's a master of the universe. Lord Shiva tells all the Kathait. He said, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Puran, I told you all that. He said, Ramcharitmanas, I told you all that. But his wife, Sati, never felt that way about divinity like Lord Shiva. So he told her, look, I'm going to take you by the seashore. We are going to leave Mansarovar and we'll go to the seashore, to Agastya Muni, so that you can listen to Ram Katha. She said, why are you taking me there? You are the best of the best. You know all the stories you brought up Agastya, all these things, they listen to you. Why are you taking me there? He said, because I want you to go in success. So it's beautiful. Chaupai in Balkand after Doha 47. Ek baar Treta Jugamahi Sambhu gaye Kumbhajari Shipahi Ek baar Treta Jugamahi Sambhu gaye Kumbhajari Shipahi
Oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Bolo Sitaram, 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 Sitaram,
Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.
Sarasate Jagajanani Bhavani Sarasate Jagajanani Bhavani Puje Rishi Akhileshwara Jani
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Ek baar Treta Jugamahi Sambhu gaye Kumbhajari Shipahi
Oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
So in the age of Treta, Lord Shiva took his Sati, who is described in this Chaupai as what? Sangha Sati Jagajanani Bhavani, the mother of the world. At that time, she was the mother of the world. He took her to Kumbhaj Rishi to listen to the story of Sri Ram. But when she listened, and she heard the story of Sri Ram, doubt arose in her mind. So this Chaupai says what? Mone sana beda mage tripurare. Mone sana beda mage tripurare. Chalaye bhavana sagadaksha kumar.
Oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai
Mr. Pai says, they bade farewell to Kumbhaj Rishi, and she is now addressed by Tulsidas, not as Jagajanani, but as Daksha Kumari. She is addressed as the daughter of Daksha because Shivji knew she has fallen from grace. She did not develop that Sakshi Bhav where her mind is a sannyasi. Her mind is not a sannyasi, her mind is a samsari. You remember I told you, for you to get Sakshi Bhav, your mind must be a sannyasi, and you look at the outside world as a samsari, and then when you get that, then that Sakshi Bhav, Sakshi means witness, all these things you can say, I'm a witness to them. This body is filthy, it will fall, it will go, it will decay, it will become ashes. What will not become ashes?
Atma.
What is my Atma, my soul, my consciousness will never come ashes. It'll go with me. And that is why we must develop a witness attitude. And when you develop that strong attitude within you, you'll be surprised how strong you become. How strong you become. And when you become that strong, nothing can interfere with you in this world. So you look from inside to outside, and you keep your room within you clean. Your room must be clean. No point to clean the house outside, which I just so that grace is in our hands. If we do so much surrender, I told you last week, then you are going to be able to get so much of grace. If you do no surrender, no grace. The worst thing is to have His graces showered upon us, and we do not think or thank Him for the graces that He has showered. That's the worst thing. So much graces He showered upon us, yet what? We still do not believe that He has showered His grace upon us. That is nirantar, all time. We must try to what? Keep His name with us. And when we keep His name with us, do you know when Ramana Maharshi, I'm telling you how, and if he can do it, we can do it. How strong his mind is. He had a lesion on his, lesion means swelling then, on his ulnar bone here. It was diagnosed as cancer of the bone. No what it is, cancer of the bone. So they forced him to go to the hospital. And they said that this is a true story. This only happened this last century. They said to him, we'll have to put you to sleep to cut this bone out. He says, no. You start the process, I want no anesthesia. The surgeon had the anesthetist on standby. They cut the whole bone out, and cutting a bone is not easy. You all have not seen it. But cutting a bone is not easy. It's an electrical saw, you saw through the bone, grrr, and it cuts the bone. Sew him up. Finish. Then the surgeons asked him, how come you did not even wince a little bit under the pressure of the saw, etc.? It says, because I was witnessing all the nurses, I was witnessing the whole world, the whole cosmos. I had no time for my hand. That's a piece of material. This is a true story. No anesthesia. None. Because his mind was so strong. And when that mind is strong, then we can be a witness. Otherwise we can't. That is why we must do meditation. We must do bhajan, kirtan, listen to Harikatha, because ye जीवन अमृत है हरि नाम जगत में, अमृत है हरि नाम जगत में. The name of Hari is the Amrit, the elixir of life in this world. अमृत है हरि नाम जगत में, इसी छोड़ विषय रस पीना क्या, हरि नाम नहीं तो जीना क्या, हरि नाम
नहीं तो जीना क्या.
अमृत है हरि नाम जगत में, अमृत है हरि नाम जगत में, इसे छोड़ विषय रस पीना क्या,
हरि नाम बिना अब जीना क्या,
हरि नाम नहीं तो जीना क्या. The translation is there. Hari Naam nahi to jeena kya,
हरि नाम नहीं तो जीना क्या.
कल सदा अपने रस डोले, ना जाने कब सर चढ़ बोले. काल सदा अपने रस डोले, ना जाने कब सर चढ़ बोले. हरि का नाम जपो निशिवासर, हरि का नाम जपो निशिवासर, इसमें बरस महीना क्या,
हरि नाम नहीं तो जीना क्या, ओ हरि नाम नहीं तो जीना क्या.
क्या हरि नाम नहीं
जीना क्या.
तीरथ है हरि नाम तुम्हारा, फिर क्यों फिरता मारा मारा.
तीरथ है हरि नाम तुम्हारा, फिर क्यों फिरता मारा मारा.
It's not coming up on this board for whatever reason. Is that the pilgrimage? What is a tirat? Hari Naam is a tirat. तीरथ है हरि नाम तुम्हारा, फिर क्यों फिरता मारा मारा.
तीरथ है हरि नाम तुम्हारा, फिर क्यों फिरता मारा मारा.
अंत समय हरि नाम न आवे, अंत समय हरि नाम न आवे, फिर काशी और मदीना क्या,
हरि नाम नहीं तो जीना क्या, ओ हरि नाम नहीं तो जीना क्या.
रसना पर हरि नाम न लावे।
भूषण से सब अंग सजावे, रसना पर हरि नाम न लावे।
It says, you dress up your whole body with ornaments. Here you put earring, nose you put nose ring, यहाँ पर कुछ और चीज लगाती है, arm you put something, ankles you put something, all this. But the tongue, what do you put on your tongue? Well, nowadays they what they put on the tongue? What they put on the tongue? Nowadays they put what they put on the tongue nowadays? Huh? Piercing. Piercing. But all people don't have piercing. But he says, भूषण से सब अंग सजावे, रसना पर हरि नाम न लावे। देह पड़ी रह जावे यहीं पर, देह
पड़े रहे जावे यहीं पर,
फिर कुंदर और लगेगा क्या।
हरि नाम नहीं तो जीना क्या, ओ प्रभु नाम नहीं तो जीना क्या।
हरे राम
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे
हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। बोलो
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम राम राम
हरे हरे। बोलो हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे,
हरे राम राम राम। So, let's try to adopt a Sakshi Bhava. Let us try to be a witness. When you are a witness, nothing troubles you in this world. The greatest of disaster and the greatest of fortune, it means the same to you. Because what are you?
Sakshi.
Sakshi. Sakshi means witness. You, the Atma, witnesses what's happening outside. This is the meaning of Sakshi. Doha. And when that happened, this beautiful Doha is from Aranyakand, Doha 38. दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख करे कोई को।
दुख में सुमिरन सब करे, सुख में करे न कोई।
जो सुख में सुमिरन करे, तेरे प्रबल खल काम क्रोध अरुलो तात तेरे अति प्रबल खल काम क्रोध अरुलो मुनि विज्ञान धाम मना करहि निमिष बहु छो कबीरा कर रहे मुझ छो तात तेरे अति प्रबल खल काम क्रोध अरुलो मुनि विज्ञान धाम मना करहि निमिष बहु छो कबीरा करहि निमिष बहु छो हे तात काम क्रोध और लोभ काम क्रोध और लोभ ये तीनों बड़े प्रबल दुष्ट है ओ तात Sri Ram is telling Lakshman they were a hill. They had lost Mother Sita. And this is giving what is known as Ram Gita. This part is known as Ram Gita in Aranyakand. There are beautiful parts in the Ramayana which we don't touch upon very often. This is one. Ka tat tat, hey tat. Oh brother, tere ati prabal khal काम क्रोध मद लोभ हे तात काम क्रोध लोभ ये तीनों बड़े प्रबल दुष्ट है brother. There are three evils most formidable of all is lust, wrath and greed. पाप की बाप क्या है? लोभ, greed. We are never satisfied. Never. This is a sin. This is a. You can only give up these three types. When you become a real sannyasi, and you have given up the pleasure of the body, you have given up all wealth, and you say to yourself, I will survive. Did you know when Swami Shivananda had left his home, he was a doctor. As a matter of fact, he was practicing in Malaysia. He came back to India. He always had that spiritual fire in him. He came back to India, and his name was Kupu Swami. And he gave up everything. And he boarded a train for Banaras. And the only money he had was a doctor of medicine. The only money he had was the fare to Banaras. And he said, I want to survive without having any money. Imagine, he was a doctor. He was accustomed to the luxuries of life in those days. Had all comfort. Gave up everything. Came to Banaras, stayed in Banaras with the sadhus in the street, got his food there. God tested him in many ways. No money. Eventually he found himself in Rishikesh. And that's quite a journey from Banaras to Rishikesh, for those who have been there. You go to Delhi first, and from Delhi you go to Rishikesh. Delhi to Rishikesh is by bus or train is 4 or 5 hours. And from Banaras to Delhi is another 4 or 5 hours. And he went there. It was all jungle, all bush. And he said, I am not going to accumulate anything. And so he decided to preach, to teach Eventually got 1 disciple, 2 disciples, 3 disciples. He built a hospital, all that. And he wrote every time, always writing, which some people should do what they don't do. Always writing, always writing. He tested to see whether that faith will let him survive. And the faith allowed him to survive in dignity. In dignity. So much so he became a doctor, he did all this sort of thing. So what I would like to leave with you today, we have to have that faith. And remember I tell you something about Smaranam? Remember his name at every level if you can. I talked about a roadblock. When he's there, instead of cursing people, chant his name. Nam Smaranam. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Whatever you know, you chant. You don't have to know any big shlokas. You chant. And then the Smaranam will come to you. And then that Rupa Dhyanam. You remember your altar, you remember the temple that you go to, you remember the murtis in the temple, you remember the pastimes of the Lord, all these things keep you happy. But we are inundated with our problems. We have this problem. You used to have gas problem. Now gas price has gone down. Gas price went down, Tanito? Huh?
It's going up.
Tomorrow, no, it's going down. Today, another 5 cents. So if you don't have gas in the car, fill up today.
Yeah.
Right? Because tomorrow is going to go up again. So we have so many things to worry about. You got mortgage to pay. You got rent to pay. Some people got money coming in. Some people have money going out. All these are the people who have money coming in. They're worried, what am I going to do with so much money? Or little, whatever this case may be. All these things bother us. So the Sakshi Bhav does not develop. Okay, we'll have some bhajan.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama 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 Hare अब की टेक हमारी लाज राखो गिरिधारी 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 अब की देख हमारी रे लाज राखो गिरिधारी अब की देख हमारी रे लाज राखो गिरिधारी लाज राखो गिरिधारी जैसे लाज अर्जुन की राखी भारत युद्ध में जारी भारत युद्ध में जारी सारथी बन के रथ को हाक्यों सारथी बन के रथ को हाक्यों चक्र सुदर्शन धारी रे लाज राखो गिरिधारी अब की टेक हमारी रे लाज राखो गिरिधारी जैसे लाज द्रौपदी की राखी पूनन देन उजारी केचट दो बुझ टाके केचट दो बुझ टाका दुशासन कर हमारी रे लाज
राधा तेरा श्याम हमने वृंदावन में देखा राधा तेरा श्याम हमने वृंदावन में देखा राधा तेरा श्याम हमने वृंदावन में देखा रास रचाते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा रास रचाते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा ओ राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा बोलो राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा ओ राधा तेरा श्याम हमने मथुरा में देखा राधा तेरा श्याम हमने मथुरा में देखा धनिया चराते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा राधे जपते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा ओ राधा तेरा श्याम हमने विष्णु मंदिर में देखा राधा तेरा श्याम हमने विष्णु मंदिर में देखा ओ राधे राधे जपते हुए हाँ मैंने तेरा श्याम देखा राधे राधे जपते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा
Bhajo Mukunda Madhava Murari Bhajo Mukunda Madhava
Murari
Bhajo Mukunda Madhava Murari
O Bhajo Mukunda Madhava Murari
Hare Gao Govinda Gopala Giridhari Gao Govinda Gopal Giridhari
O Gao Govinda Gopal Giridhari
Gao Govinda Gopal Giridhari
O Gao Govinda Gopal Giridhari
Gao Govinda Gopal Giridhari
Gao Govinda Gopal Giridhari
Bhajo Mukunda Madhava
O Bhajo Mukunda Madhava
Mandir should have kirtans. Jhalak. You know these summer songs. Yesterday we had Hanuman Jayanti. So many of us went up and witnessed Hanumanji. I don't think many of you who are here were there yesterday. And now look at the video. And Kudas, can we go? Yes. Kudas did a wonderful job for us. Let's give a big round of applause. And here, I don't know if can you all see it? Yeah. Can you see up there? And there we are doing Abhishek to Hanumanji, and you will see the milk being poured upon Hanumanji, right up on top. You have a good view, and Hanumanji blessed us so much that the weather was superb. It was not heat. A good breeze was blowing. Look at it, see? Pouring the milk on Hanumanji now. Myself, Bulesh, Pandit Ramesh. And then we put chandan water upon him. And there's Hanumanji looking at us with his beautiful eyes. All those who went up would have seen his beautiful eyes. Here we are pouring. You see the chandan water upon him? You all see the color of the water? Chandan water upon him. And what? We are under the Akash. Under the beautiful clouds. Akash Hanumanji. And then we did Aarti unto him. Our camera was not that powerful, so you can see the details that high. But Kudas did a wonderful job where you can see all the chandan water, the milk, etc., pouring upon Hanumanji. And all I would like to say to you all, that we should all pay our respects to Hanumanji, because yesterday was the 6th anniversary of our Hanumanji. And again, I would like to thank those people who has caused this Hanumanji to be here. We would like to thank that family. They have made a beautiful murti where so many people from all over the world, even in India, they know about our Hanumanji, because it's the biggest Hanumanji in the Western Hemisphere. And here we are, bathing his feet, Pandit Ramesh is bathing his feet, putting beautiful flowers upon him. So we decided to put it in today's video, because the amount of people that look at the video, they can see our Hanumanji in progress. So now we'll do Chalisa while this is going on.
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान ओ सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 निज मन मुख रसदा जोदायक फलचार सुमिरो पवन कुमार हरु कलेश निकर हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर
जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर
रामदूत यतुलस बलधामा
अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा
महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी
कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी
कंचन बरन विराज सुवेशा
कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा
हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
शंकर सुवर्ण केसरी नंदन
तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन
विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर
राम काज करिबे को आतुर
प्रभु चरित सुनिबे को रसिया
राम लखन सीता बल बसिया
सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा
विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा
भीम रूप धरि असुर सवारे
रामचंद्र जी काज सवारे
लाय सजीवन लखन जियारे
श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए
रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम प्रिय भरत संभाई
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
सास बदन तुम होय सदावे
अस कई श्रीपति कंठ लगावे
सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा
नारद सारद सहित अहिसा
यम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते
कवि कोविद कह सके कहाते
तुम उपकार सुग्रीव किया राम मिलाय राजपद दीना
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना
लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना
शिव सहस योजन पर भानो
लील्यो ताहि मधुर पल जानो
प्रभु बोध का बिलम कमाए
जल्दी लांग गए अचिर जनाहि
दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते
सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे देते
राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे
होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे
सब सुगल है तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक का को डरना
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
आप रखे समारो आप
तीनों लोक हाथ में कापे
भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे
महावीर जब नाम सुनावे
नाशय लोग हरै सब पीरा
जपत निरंतर हनुमत
Paro Yum Paratapatavara
हे परिसीर्ण जगत उजियारा
Sadhu Santate Tumal Khavare
असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे
Ashta Siddhiram Vidike Data
असुर दीन जानकी माता
Pada Sayana Tumare Pasa
सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा
Tumare Bhajana Ram Ko Bhava
जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे
Andakara Raghuvar Purajai Jaha Janma Hari Bhakta Kahai
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
हमारे राम जी को राम राम
कहियो जी हनुमान
और देवता चेतन धरे
हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करे
संकट कटय विटय सब पीड़ा
जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा
जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई
कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई
जो सतबार पाठ कर कोई
छूटे ही बंदी महासुख होई
जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा
होई सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा
तुलसीदास सदा हर चेरा जय नाथ जय महरेरा
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान सीता राम राम सीता राम राम राम
हनुमान
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
पवन तनय संकट
सीता
हरे
राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसव सुरभूप
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान सीता राम
राम राम सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
पवन सुत हनुमान की
जय
Again, I would like to thank Kudas for doing all this work for us. God bless him and his family. Let's give a big clap. So today, I want to speak to you all about what you call heartburn, gastritis. You know, when you eat too much, how the food go up in the stomach. So I want to show you, first of all, a little bit of the anatomy. That long tube that is coming down there, you see that tube? That is called gullet pipe, esophagus. We know it as what? As the gullet. You see that brownish thing around it? That's your diaphragm. The diaphragm is what sits between your belly, your abdomen, and your lungs. So when you breathe in, your diaphragm goes down. When you breathe out, diaphragm comes up and exhale here. Where that is, it's not very bright, but I don't know if you can see it. Where that esophagus enters into the stomach, there's a valve there. It is not a valve, like a valve, but it's the diaphragm, where the esophagus go through, causes it that when the food goes down, it swallows the food, and that valve prevents the food and the stomach juices, which is what? What the stomach juice is what? Mostly what? Acid. That is why sometimes when you eat too much of the belch, you can feel that burning in your stomach, in your chest. It's acid that comes up. The acid does not burn the stomach because God or whoever has created a protective layer there. But your esophagus does not have that protective layer. So when the acid comes up in the stomach, it burns. So it goes down, and you see that bluish stuff there? That's the acid. And then you see a little curve coming down at the end of the stomach. That's called, what's that called, Suraj? The duodenum. The duodenum. Where the stomach, where the duodenum starts, there's also what is called a sphincter, like a valve. It's called the pyloric sphincter. So, it prevents the small bowel juices to come into the stomach, go up your esophagus. But when you are sick and you're vomiting, you know, when you vomit green, that is where the pylorus relaxes. And the bile comes up into the stomach and then eventually comes out. You all got it so far? So this is what nature does for us. There are a lot of symptoms of gastritis. Symptoms. Yeah. Can you all see that there? Yeah. Okay. And those symptoms, inflammation, causes an infection. I'll talk about one cause of infection today, which half the world has, practically. And what is that, pharmacist? H. pylori. Have you all heard the word before, H. pylori? No, eh? H. pylori is a bad thing. Heliobacter pylori. H, so make it H. pylori. And that is in your stomach. Let me see that one, the green stuff. Next one. Ah. You see that green stuff there? And it has what they call what I call it flagella. You all know what's flagella, right? Those long things. What do you call it? Those strands, they are called flagella. So they beat at this bacteria. It's green. See that green there? That green bacteria is called H. pylori, and that's mostly in the lower part of your stomach. Why H. pylori is bad? You have the other slide with H. pylori, with the ammonia and bicarbonate? Pravat? Is there another slide with the H. pylori? Okay, forget. Oh, yeah, look at it. Go back there. Go back on it. Go back on the slide. You see the word bicarbonate on top? Can you all see that? Bicarbonate? Yeah. You all see that? At the bottom here, you see ammonia? Mm-hmm. You see that?
Yeah.
The H. pylori, the bacteria, it secretes bicarbonate and it secretes ammonia. And what you are, if you only can remember this today, that's enough. What does this do then? Why is it bad? Because the bicarbonate and the ammonia, it neutralizes the what? Bicarbonate acid. It neutralizes the acid because the bicarbonate is an alkali. I don't know how many of you all did chemistry to know. Boy, you know what is alkali? Oh, that much you know. Oh, so the alkali neutralizes the acid. And when that happens, it allows bacteria to grow in your stomach. And this H. pylori is so bad sometimes that it can cause what is known as, I should give it those words were too big. It can cause the cells, the cell of the stomach, to change. And eventually, if it is not taken care of, can cause cancer of the stomach. Got it? The word is called metaplasia. Metaplasia. And if your stomach is bothering you, and you're not getting any help, you must tell your doctor that you must see a gastroenterologist so he can go down into your stomach and he can take a sample of your stomach juice and set it off for test. And if you have the H. pylori, there's a special treatment for it. It's not very tasteful. It's very, very bad tasting pills you got to take for about a week to get rid of the H. pylori, but you should get rid of the H. pylori. It's not a good thing. So I would like to stop there. I don't tell you any more about it to confuse you further. Gastritis is something that if we have it, at any time you have gastritis or upset stomach, the best way of curing it is not all this soda and all kind of thing. Don't eat. And when you stop eating, the stomach corrects itself. When a dog is sick, what? He does not eat. When a cat is sick, but when man is sick, he eats. So the Lord is telling you, not until He takes away your appetite, then you stop eating. Drink fluids, stop eating. I'll tell you next week more about gastritis, where the pain occurs, and how we should do it. Now, we'll do a little bit of Gita Dhyanam, and then we'll go to meditation. Chapter 13, verse 9, we are going to do today. Gita Dhyanam. O Pataya Pratibodhitam Bhagavatam
Narayanena Swayam
Vyasena Gatitat Puranamurira
Madhye Mahabharatam
Advaitamritavarshine
Bhagavati Ashtadashadhyayini
Amba Tvabharasaldada Bhagavad
Gite Bhavadveshini
Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe
Pullarvindayata Patra Netra
Yera Tvaya Bharata Taila Pura
Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradeepa
Prapalla Parijataya
Trotra Vetre Kapale
Yara Buddhaya Krishnaya
Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha
Sarvopadishado Gavo
Dugda Gopala Nandana
Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta
Dugdam Gita Amritam Mahata Vasudeva
Vasudeva Devam
Kamsacharura Marganam
Devaki Parabhadalam
Krishnam Vande Jagadguru
Bhishma Dora Tata Jayadata
Chala Gandhara Nilotpala
Shalya Gagavati Kripena Magari
Karnena Velakula
Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Bakara
Duryodhana Vartini
Sotera Kalupalavairani
Kaivataka Keshava
Arashalya Vachasaroja Babalam
Gītāthagandokatam
Yara Kyadaka Kesharam Harikatha
Sambodhanabodhitam
Loke Sajjara Shatapadairahara
Tirviyamanamuda
Uyat Bharata Pankajam Kalivala
Pradvamsiyam Shreyase
Mukam Karoti Bachalam
Pangum Langayate Girim
Yat Kripa Tabaham Balde
Paramanandamadhavam
Yam Brahma Parare Daruja Bharuta
Stunvanti Divye Savaye
Yedai Saga Pada Krabo Pada Shidara
Gayantiyam Savaga
Yada vastita tadagatera varasam
पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो
Yasyastavlavido surasuragadam
देवाय तस्मै नमः
Chapter 13, verse 9. Indriyateshu vairagyam
इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम्
ahankaro evacha
अहङ्कार एव च
jalva mrityu jara vyadhi
Janma mrityu jara vyadhi
swadosha nudarshana
Dukkha doshanudarshanam
O indriyateshu vairagyam
Indriyartheshu
वैराग्यम्
ahankara evacha
अहङ्कार एव च
jalva mrityu jara vyadhi
Janma mrityu jara vyadhi
dukkha dosha nudarshana
Dukkha doshanudarshanam
Bhagavan Krishna is telling Arjuna, if you want to adopt the Sakshi bhav, then Indriyateshu vairagyam ahankaram evacha. You must try Indriyateshu, try to control the sense organs. Indriyateshu, in the matter of the senses, vairagyam. You have to be a sannyasi. Renounce all the reasons. No talking, please. Renounce all affection of the senses. Indriyateshu vairagyam ahankara evacha. And definitely don't have any false ego. It's a false ego that prevents our mind to have the sakshi bhav. Indriyateshu vairagyam evacha. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi. Birth, death, jara, old age, and disease, dukkha, distress, anudarshanam. Just observe all these things. Anudarshanam. Become a sakshi. Become a witness of birth, growing up, old age, death. Become a witness. And then you'll get a sakshi bhav. We are now going to go into meditation. Those who, Padaji, जो चलते हैं तो चलने दो, क्योंकि हम लोग मेडिटेशन करेंगे. प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो We do this meditation in the memory of Hari, who was the son of Betty, who were very great supporters of our temple. He passed away and he had a funeral today, I think. We ask Bhagavan to bless this Jiva. तुम बिना लागे सुना तुम
बिना लागे सुना
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानू
तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानू
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको
अब तो आकर बहादुर
अब तो आकर बहादुर
We did 2 pranayams, I will go to silence. Talk to God. Surrender your whole being to Him. I would like to become a Sakshi, Prabhu. मन में आधा बसो
त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम्
असतो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय
विद्योर्माय मृतमगमया
ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ
धरा से पीर मिटाओ
अमृत रस बरसाओ ओम शांति 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 ओम शांति शांति शांति
तो जीवन को नित महकाओ
जीवन को नित महकाओ
सब अवगुण सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनापधेतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति 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 सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. Rub your hands together, put it over your face, ask that all that energy come within you, stay within you, keep you happy. Today, Preeti Bhoj will be served by the temple, and we have tickets. So you want to talk about Friday? Talk to people for Friday, and here.
Nam- Namaste, everyone. Thank you all for coming out today. Welcome to you here physically and those watching online. I just want to keep you updated with what's going on at the Mandir. On July 1st, we had our first Holy Summer Day, and it was really a good day out, nice weather, and it was fun. We played Holi in the warm weather for once, and even though we expected the turnout to be great, we understand it was the long weekend, and maybe next year we should be more mindful and considerate of the day. Anyways, so it was a good day, and we plan to continue with this. So today, Preeti Bhoj is being sponsored, and we do have tickets for everyone down here. We just want to make sure that the people who actually attend the service get the food first. Another thing, we do have summer camp, July 11th to the 15th. It's completely sold out. We have 122 campers, and we have really good support. People are eager to come back and bring their children into the Mandir environment, thanks to all the supporters, the sponsors, and we're really looking forward to that. And of course, the Yajna is coming, it is in August, the first week of August, so we will expect some help and support, and thank you for all your continued support. So enjoy your lunch, and we'll have the tickets available for you.
Tickets available. Jati did tell you about we are proposing to do a Diwali festival outside on October 9th. It's the Thanksgiving weekend, and we are going to do it on Sunday, and it will have fireworks and everything. So, like a Bela. And since that will still be not too cold, and if the sun comes out, which usually happens, God bless us, and the sun comes out and we can have a good day, then we can have a good Bela. We want to propose it. We want to do this in a big way. We are going to plan this as soon as possible, Jati. We want to call people together this week. I want to plan it. So I have a flyers. I'll get Preeti Bhoj involved also in the planning stages of it. Tej, etc., whoever would like to come, be involved in the planning of it. We have good music, and we want to advertise it well. The Holi festival was nice, but I don't think it was marketed very well. And because it was not marketed very well, we didn't get as many people. But we got enough. It was quite nice. Everyone who came had fun, Omni came, etc., etc. So there we are. Anything else? Oh, Balaji Abhishek. Well, you don't, it doesn't even work, so wait a minute. Balaji Abhishek is,
It's on Saturday.
I thought Ekadashi is on Saturday. I've asked, but that is not Ekadashi. That's okay. No. We all decided that. That's she alone. So it's on Saturday, and I think we made it on Saturday. What? Yeah. I know that. That was a consensus, but I'm just deciding now that maybe we'll do it on Saturday. So I think Saturday we should do it. That's the day we got to say we should do it on that day. So we'll do it on that day at 5 o'clock. Saturday, 9th of July at 5 o'clock. Saturday, Ekadashi, 9th of July, 5 o'clock, we'll do that. Shravan starts when? July 14th. Shravan Mahina starts then, and that's a busy day busy time for Lord Shiva. So let's all be part of it. 13th is Guru Purnima. What day is that? Wednesday. Oh, that's cutting into my time. Okay. Wednesday, 13th of July is Guru Purnima. I have to be here? Okay. Our body's produced. Now, time is going. Sitaram, and then we have to.
Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram kahiye.
Jai Vidhi Rakhe Ram, Tai Vidhi Rahi.
Sadguru Deva ki jai. Om Namah Parvati Pataye. Hara Hara Mahadeva. Sarjan Visarjan Tumi Vishwakar.
Tumi Vishwa Jyoti. मैं हो प्राण भरता, तुम्ही काल के काल स्वीकारो स्वयं वंदना हमारी। दया में ज्योति जगाओ
पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। आरती।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे
भक्त जनों के
संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे जो ध्यावे फल पावे दुख बिन से मन का दुख बिन से मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे तन का
जगदीश हरे।
मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण ग्रह में किसकी
शरण
किसकी तुम बिना और न दूजा प्रभु बिन
और न दूजा
आश करूं
मैं जिसकी।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे
तुम पूरन परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी
ओ स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर
तुम सबके स्वामी।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे
ये सागर तुम पालन करता।
स्वामी तुम पालन करता मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तन्म हो एक अगोचर सबके प्राणपति
स्वामी सबके प्राणपति।
किस विध मिलू दया में तुमको मैं कुमति ओम दीन बंधु दुख हरता ठाकुर तुम मेरे अपने हाथ उठावो द्वार बड़ा में तेरे
ओम जय जगदीश
विषय विकार मिटाओ पाप हरो देवा पाप हरो देवा श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ावो
प्रेम बढ़ाओ
संतन की सेवा बोलो ठण मन धन सब है तेरा
स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा। तेरा तुझको अर्पण याद मेरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलिए श्री महालक्ष्मी विष्णु भगवान की जय। धर्म की जय हो, अधर्म का नाश हो, प्राणियों में सद्भावना हो, विश्व का कल्याण हो। हर हर महादेव। शंभो शिव 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 शिव।